Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you. Good evening, and welcome to another interesting webinar by Vajiram Ravi. Now, first of all, how are you all, and how did you leave? Meanwhile, I'll give you 1-2 minutes to settle down, and after that, we'll begin a very interesting webinar, which is going to give you a lot of deep insights into how to gain faster success in UPSC. So, we'll just wait for 1 or 2 more minutes for more people to join in and settle in. We are starting the webinar in next 1 minute. Kindly settle yourself down. How are you? How have you been? Students, let's start it up. So, good evening, everybody. A very warm welcome to this webinar. My name is Richa Sharma, and I am the Step Up Mentorship Program. In today's webinar, I'm very delighted to be accompanied by a new member to the Step Up family. He is Mr. Shashank Gupta, and he is the co-lead of Step Up Mentorship Program. So, we will call upon Mr. Shashank sir on the stage.
Hello,
Hello.
Richa. Thank you for having me here. I'm excited.
Yes. So we together will be telling you something very interesting that is going to change your UPSC game, because what we're going to highlight today is how mentorship is a transformative game changer in your preparation. And if you look into the topic of the day, we are talking about something which is faster success. So first, before understanding what is faster success, what exactly is success, students? Success means a mental, a mental construct, a mind map, a mindset, and obviously it all begins from the mind. So if you believe that you are going to be successful in this UPSC examination, believe me, there is nobody stopping you. You will certainly become successful, but it all starts from your belief system. And when I talk about the faster success, the key recipe to gaining faster success in UPSC examination is to try to instill this belief as soon as possible, as strong as possible. So, how to ascertain, how to inculcate this belief system? Of course, there are multiple ways, but if I broadly club it down, it comes down to these few alphabets: is to have stronger attention, is to have a stronger belief system, a stronger concentration, deadly discipline, excellent efficiency, and laser sharp focus for your examination. And through this webinar, we will tell you how mentorship as such ensures that you not only calibrate on these values which are required to instill a stronger sense of belief to crack the paper, but we will also be telling you certain actionable steps and certain remedies to fix the loopholes of your UPSC game. And of course, where does the mentorship come into play? So, according to the very famous author and businessman Bob Proctor, a mentor is someone who sees more talent and ability within you than you see in yourself and helps bring it out of you. So, as they say, that great people have got great mentors. So, how is this mentorship going to leverage, change, simplify, and accelerate the success of your UPSC? That we shall be diving in greater detail in today's webinar. So, now I will call upon Shashank sir to tell us his deeper insights as to why mentorship is needed in the first place and how to ensure that you are getting the right mentorship to safeguard your time. So, Shashank sir, kindly join us.
Thank you, Richa. So, students, as Mem has highlighted, what you need to do to fast track your achievement of this goal, right? So, I'll take this from here. So first, I want to discuss something very important with you. There must be so many students who are confused right now, right? So confusions can be of various sorts. Many of you call us. Some of you say you are working. Some of you say you are student. So you don't know where to begin right now, right? So confusion everywhere, and there is no solution. So this picture uh, highlights your pain, and I really understand your pain. I have been on the other side. We have been on the other side, and we understand a lots of confusions that comes to students' mind. So now, in this session, we'll try to discuss what are these issues that you face. At the same time, we'll try to give you some solutions, right? So this is what we'll do now. So students, as I said, a lot of confusions are there in your mind. First of all, I need you to understand that this is all a mental roadblock in your mind right now. So many of you say, yes, you don't know where to start, where to begin. Some of you start directly referring some main topics. Some of you start by referring to prelims, right? So this is very much unorganized right? So again, these are some issues that you want to convey. Second thing is, as I discussed, many of you say, sir, I am doing this job. I'm a part-time job earner. So what should be my strategy, right? Also, my dear students, in this day and age, there's information, there's lot of overload in the information, and many of you are very much confused. There are so many gurus out there who say you should do this to achieve. Some of those gurus say you'll do B. Some of them will say you need to do C, right? So these are several paths that they prescribe. So there is a sort of paradox of choice. You have so many choice that you don't know where to begin, right? So this is very much important for you to understand how to actually begin, right? Also, my dear students, a lot of confusion comes from the strategies that is being shared. Many of the mentors, teachers, gurus actually, without understanding the pain of a particular student, tend to prescribe one size fit all strategy to you. And then it makes you very much confused. If someone is giving you a medicine for which you are not capable of taking, right, will do more harm than good. So this is what we need to understand, that every student is different. So we need to prescribe something which will suit that particular student. So one size fit all approach will not work, and hence you will not be confused. Then again, there are so many mentors, so many teachers. What I say is fossilized mentors. Why? Because they are not updating themselves to the demands of UPSC. Someone who has given mains in suppose 2015, 2016 may not properly know what is needed in today's day and age for UPSC aspirants, right? Because they have not given the mains interviews themselves. So this is again a very much approach that you need to understand, right? So you need to choose very wisely how you are going to proceed. Also, my dear students, confusion comes because there is no discipline. Many of you struggle with the discipline. I have many students who come to us with very much motivation, huge motivation. They left their jobs, but after some time, they feel they do not have proper roadmap, right? Hence, they do not have proper discipline. And my dear students, I must tell you that UPSC is not much about IQ. It is not, believe me. It is more about how mentally prepared you are, how good you are at strategizing, right? This is what UPSC wants. So discipline is again very much important, and because of lack of discipline, you again are very much confused. So people start, for 1 month they do regular studies, but after 1 month they distract themselves from the path, right? So again, this should not be happening. Also students, many of you come to us and say, sir, how do we start note making? How do we start answer writing? Suppose you are starting with polity. We know that most of the important chapters are more or less 10 to 12 chapters. So first, after a reading, you should have some notes. You should never revise from the same source. Source in the sense, you should refine it, right? So after maybe 1 or 2 readings, you should have some notes of a particular chapter like Parliament. Then again, refine that. This is what is needed. Another confusion is how to balance your pre and mains preparation. How to balance your current affairs and static part, right? So these are so many confusions that are there in the minds of students, and all this leads to wastage of all the resources, all the time that you spent. So many years are wasted. Many people come with this dream of 1 year, that I'll come in 1 year, I'll crack the exam and I'll be an IAS or IPS, right? But because of this lack of discipline, consistency, these 1 year plan converts to 5 year plans, and we do not want that. So we are here today to discuss how all this should be taken ahead, so that there is no confusion in your mind, right? So I hope this session will be of immense help to you. Now, how to unlock this code? We all has understood now that there is a lot of confusion in the minds of students. But how to crack this UPSC code? How many of you feel, yes, these are some of the issues that you have faced or you are still facing? You can type your comments. So how to crack this code of UPSC? And for that, I must say, you need a system. You need someone who can tell you your blind spots, and that is none other than a mentor. A mentor will be your friend. A mentor will be your Chanakya, who can strategize for you. A mentor can be your parent to hold you accountable, right? So a mentor has to don many hats, and this is where I want you to understand why do you need a good mentor, right? So I hope many of you are familiar with this phase, right? Why do you need someone like that in your life, in your UPSC preparation? And as I said, like Sandeep Bhaiya or like Krishna, who was more or less a mentor to Arjun, like Paddy Upton, who was a mentor to Gukesh, how do you think they became what they are? Because they obviously they did all the hard work, but also they have the system around them. They have the mentors around them. And this is what I need from you. That I know many of you are very much capable. I know very much many of you will be there in the list, but all you need is proper direction, proper strategy. And for that, a mentor is very much required. Now let me clarify why I say mentor is very important, why mentorship actually works. So as I said, people may fail, systems don't. So we have tried to come up with a system that will be with you till you are there in the holy PDF. Your name is there in the holy PDF, right? So in mentorship, we'll try to establish a system that will work for you only, right? A very personalized touch, a system that will ensure your accountability, consistency, and more importantly, focusing on incremental growth, improvements. So let's discuss this first point in a bit more detail, my dear students. As I said, Why do you need to be accountable? Students, many of you come with all the enthusiasm. As I discussed, over time that fades. So what you need is a accountability partner in a form of mentor. So suppose I give you a week plan and you are not able to follow that. I'll nudge you again. Why you are not able to complete your targets? Share with me. We'll call you, we'll message you, we'll make sure that you align to the targets. I'm not saying 100% targets are achievable. Sometimes it's okay, 80%, 90%. But you should be held accountable regularly, right? This is very much required. Otherwise, growth will not happen. What is needed from your end is being accountable to your mentors. And it will only happen when there is a consistency, when you are consistent, when you are consistently meeting your mentors for the feedback, right? So consistency and accountability is needed in the system, which will help you become what you really should become, help you achieve your true potential, right? So this is what first thing what I meant by this. Second thing is what I want to emphasize is incremental improvements, my dear students. Students, many of you, because of several reasons, tend to do PhD in a particular subjects. Suppose if you are from political science background, then you study polity endlessly for GS. So many students tend to give 1 month, 2 months, 3 months for polity in fact. Just for polity part, they are allocating 3 months of their preparation. And if you think about it, it is not required. You have to manage every part of your syllabus. Suppose if you are talking just about mains, there are GS1, 2, GS3, GS4, and then essay, and then 2 optional papers, right? So basically, of your overall GS is GS2, right? And out of that, if we take in GS2 polity, governance, and IR. So this is 1/3, right? So you cannot take 3 months just for polity. You have to understand this very point. So what you need is, obviously you will improve, so you will achieve this checkpost first, then you will achieve this checkpoint, then you will achieve this. So your growth will be in levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. So suppose from mains point of view, you may start with 50 marks, then 70, then 90, then 110, something like that. If you want to become just PhD, if you want to become a perfectionist in the very go itself, you are doomed. Make it a point. Because true growth happens when you actually focus on the present and continuous improvement, right? So this is what I wanted to make you understand. Second thing is mentorship will help you leverage years of experience. My dear students, understand this point very carefully. You have, suppose, 1 year with you. Even if you are very hard working, if you make all the mistakes, you are learning just from your mistakes. And many people who have done great in life has done great not just because their own efforts, but because they have learned from others, learn from the success stories as well as the failures. So in this program that we'll be offering you, we'll give you separate different kind of mentors. But you have to understand this mentorship overall helps you leverage years of experience of toppers, of mentors themselves, personal experiences, as well as the vast experiences of the students they have mentored, right? So obviously they know better. Instead of making a mistake and then waiting for other year, second UPSC attempt or third UPSC attempt, they will help you correct it after every test, right? And this is very important, so that you are not wasting years in this preparation. After every test, suppose in a week, you will be a better version of yourself, instead of waiting for 1 year to make mistake and then correct it again. right? So this is again very important. Thirdly, as I discussed, mentorship is important because it gives you personalized feedback. He is a friend, philosopher, and guide, a sort of GPS who can track what you are doing, who can show you the path that you need, right? So a mentor is like that, because the gestation period, my dear students, is very long. Students, make it a point that you need to give your best in at least these 15 to 18 months. This is the minimum requirement of UPSC. If you are here thinking, yes, I'll maybe study for 2 months or 3 months or 5 months, you may not crack UPSC. This is the bitter truth, right? So you need to brace yourself up for hard work. Obviously, with the guidance, you will achieve your goal. But this is not for the faint-hearted. You need to prepare for 15 months at least, because it has several stages. They test you by prelims, your MCQ ability, analytical abilities. They test you by subjective strength of your answer writing. Then finally, your interview, your personality. And that all takes at least this much amount of time. So given the gestation, long gestation period of UPSC, you need someone to constantly motivate you, to constantly guide you, so that you are not off track, right? Also, a mentor will help you understand how you need to approach various phases of your preparation, right? Suppose you come today, suppose 15 months are left. So in the beginning, a basic NCRTs will do. When you grow up a bit more mature, they may help you understand what is needed in note making, how you need to analyze previous questions or tests. So again, phase-wise preparation. Till December, maybe mains. From December to April or May, you will be exclusively given prelims time. Then again, between pre and mains, you will be handling mains part. So phase-wise preparation is needed, and mentors will help you there, right? So given the overwhelming nature of UPSC, what I'm trying to say is mentorship is your go-to option, because without it, you may feel very lonely. So as they say, if you want to go far, go with someone, right? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together, right? So UPSC, as they say, is not a sprint, but a marathon, right? And in marathon, you need your support system. And that's where mentorship comes in, right? So fourth point is, this provide you constant support and motivation, because as humans, we tend to feel highs and lows. We cannot be this way, right? A straight line cannot be there. It is only a sign of death. Our life normally goes like this. There will be ups and downs. So specifically in your down phase, you need mentor to guide you, to make you stay motivated. But also in the up phase, they'll help you not to become overconfident. Stick to the discipline. Follow the process, right? So you need mentor at every stage, so that they can constantly support you, and not just academic support, my dear students. UPSC is sometimes a long journey, and which in fact may take toll on your mental health as well, right? So not just academic, non-academic problems. A mentor can be your friend as well in that particular time period when you need support, right? So mentors will be available for your academic as well as non-academic doubts, so that you can share whatever you need to excel in this preparation, right? And finally, mentors will help you become the best version of yourself, right? We have all immense potential, possibilities. All we need is proper guidance. All we need is strategy, right? This is what mentors do, and at least what good mentors do. So I'll just say one thing to you. A good mentor will help you ask right questions. What are the right questions? Is my preparation on track? Is my marks aligned with what is needed? Am I writing good answers? If I'm managing my preparation pre and mains well, right? These are some of the questions that you will be able to answer if you have a good mentor. Finally, as I said, they will help you provide a right strategy, a guidance and mindset. And my dear students, that is very much important. So mentors will help you understand that some things are within your control, but some things are beyond your control. So they'll help you focus on just controlling the controllables, right? So this is you somewhere, this is what is your area of influences, this is outside world. You just need to focus on this part, control controllables, that's all. Finally, mentor will instill this confidence in you that it's not over until you win, right? This mindset is needed to be successful in this exam. So success in this exam will need your self-belief, will need discipline, smart work and perseverance from your end, right? So for discipline, for consistency, for smart work, mentors are needed, right? So mentors will help you realize this, that you are always braver than you believe, you are stronger than you seem, and then you are smarter than you think, right? So as ma'am in the initial quote highlighted, this is the same message. This is what actual mentors do, right? Now, how a mentor can help someone who is just beginning their preparation. So as I said, phase-wise preparation. We need to understand the demography, right? So student who is just picking up Lakshmikant or Spectrum for the first time, first thing is mentor will help them understand the requirements of the exam itself. What is required in the exam? So it is the syllabus. First of all, you need to understand the syllabus. It helps you inculcate the habit of reading newspapers, right? It helps you understand what is the use of previous questions, right? And then after you are done, that you understand what you need to fight, then they will help you create a study plan and then stick to it based on the personalized approach. If someone is doing a job, obviously they will not be available in the weekdays for suppose say 12 hours, but in the weekends they can study more. So personalized strategies will be there. They'll help you inculcate effective habits, become part of the system that you are trying to do. So as they say, people fail, systems don't. So if you inculcate this discipline, if you follow the system, the process, chances are you will find your name in the holy PDF, right? So this is first inculcation of habit. You will be socialized that way, right? And then in the beginning you will feel like, no, I'm not worth it. It's not worth it, I'm not good enough. So mentor will help you, no, you belong here. You need to inculcate this confidence, right? So for beginners, this will be done. Suppose for more mature people, a good mentor will help them identify the weakness. What is the weakness? So maybe in art and culture or in environment, they need to work more for prelims, while they are good enough in polity or say economy. So the time, the schedule will be framed based on these things. They'll help you understand what previous year analysis means. Have you aligned your notes accordingly? Do you understand the trends, right? So suppose if I say from polity, if you read fundamental rights, fundamental duties, preamble, emergency provisions, amendment processes, precedent, governor and parliament, most importantly parliament, and then finally scheduled tribes and areas. So if you are doing this much, it will take not more than suppose 2 days, right? So if you need to revise, priority should be given on these high yielding topics, right? So mentors will help you analyze what topic is important in which subject based on recent trends, right? Also they will help you in content enrichment, be it prelims or mains, right? So what I mean by content enrichment is suppose you are giving tests, so they will provide you with some specific keyword list, right, or some national parks, right? So this will help you in prelims. Similarly in mains, they will give you suppose some workbooks, right? So that you have specific content on that. Okay? So based on the necessity of a particular student, whether they are beginner or they are mature, and finally if they are veterans. So suppose someone has given 3-4 mains or 2-3 interviews, what is their requirement? Their requirement will be very different from the requirement of a beginner. So a good mentor will help in that. So suppose they'll give you 3 hours for consolidation, right? Read, revise and refine. Read, revise and refine. This is how you will consolidate your notes to 1 pages, right? Because in actual exam hall, you will write what you have only internalized, and you will internalize what you have revised multiple times, say 10-12 times. So if you have revised something 10-12 times, it is possible that it will be internalized in your brain, so that you will be able to write that quality answer in 7 minutes, right? So there is a constraint of space and time in a UPSC exam hall. So they will help you there. So they will help you in space and time management. Also they will make sure that you are writing tests regularly, rigorously, so that you test and improve. You have to fight for even 1 mark, 0.5 marks in every question. Imagine if you increase 0.5 marks in every question, you will increase 10-15 marks in a paper. And in across 7 papers, it will be around suppose 75, 90 marks, 100 marks, right? So this is the role of mentor. But first they have to understand the level of students, right? So they will give you subject specific feedback. They'll help you avoid burnout and rash decisions. I'll give you an example. There was a student who has consistently wrote mains and given 2 interviews, and in the last attempt he wanted to change his optional. Again, it may seem good in movies and everything, but given only 3-4 months in between, it is very much, it is not basically given a good chance that you change your option at the very last time, right? So you have to avoid these rash decisions. This is what a mentor will help you, right? And finally, it will help you instill this winner identity, mentality of a leader, right? Which is very much needed when you are actually on the field. So these are some of the things which I wanted to highlight how a good mentor will help you. Now finally, many of you ask this, why do we need to start now? So we have this, if you are preparing for 2026, you have only 15 months with you, right? So in these 15 months, as I said in the very beginning, this much is needed to get an edge over the others, right? So to have an edge over the others, you need to start now. Why do you think Ronaldo or Messi or Kohli is what they are? Because they train more in pre-season, right? Before coming onto the field, they practice more. And this is what you need to do. You need to start now, so you are ahead of others. The people who are writing mains this year will be writing mains, then maybe interview. So they will not have that time that you have right now. Okay? So start now. Also, I will say you need to focus that you are not just preparing, but you are preparing to get a very good rank, top rank. And for that, you need this time. You need time so that you are not panicking in the very end, that my prelims is not done, or my mains is not done, or my interview preparation is not there. So everything has to be in sync, right? So you need to start at this very moment. Also, for a structured and a very confident preparation in your journey, I will urge you to start this preparation from the very next moment, right? So from now, Richa ma'am will take you forward, detailing how our step-up program will help you. So the floor is yours, Richa ma'am. Can you please join us? Thank you.
So hi guys, I think you have learned a lot of deep insights from the rich experience of Shashank sir. I hope I'm audible. Okay. So students, as sir was highlighting, what is the need to start right now? And why starting right now will lead you to a faster success. Talking about faster success, I have already told a few things. What is required? There are certain tools which are required to be achieved. And these tools, accomplishment of these very tools, how do we render you these tools? These are our focus areas. We will be talking about timely completion of notes, timely completion of the syllabus. See, you tell me now, what is required to crack the paper? Should your syllabus be completed? Yes. You need to complete your notes. Yes. You need to give all the tests, because without testing your knowledge, how are you so sure that you are on the right track? We also need to see whether you are actively recalling whatever you have learned so that it gets entrenched into your deeper and better memory. We also need to ensure, therefore, that the test review has been done, and that too timely test review has been done. Which means the moment you give your test, you don't have to wait here and there searching for your seniors, for your peers, for other teachers, to wait and then be in the queue and then take the guidance from them. Of course, they have their own rich experience, but what we ensure is timely reviewing of each and every test. Then we also try to inculcate the traits of laser sharp focus in you. And how is that inculcated in you? Of course, by a very important thing, which is if you can see the plan, if you can see how your year is going to look like, how your days, how your month are going to look like. If you have a vision, you will be very focused. But if you will wake up without any vision, without any target in hand, you will very easily lose the focus, and might also happen that 2 to 3 months down the line of going through a plan, you will feel distracted because of one reason or the other, and we all know the better reasons. So to catch you over there and pick you again in the right track is also the responsibility of a mentor. So to give you faster success, we have quantified certain targets. We know how many tests you should be giving. We know how many questions you should be writing well before sitting in the prelims examination. How many essays should you write down, how many PYQs, how many years of PYQ you should be doing, and how you should be balancing the subject. We have had a student actually was focusing much more on the GS all the time. In his 3 attempts, he just focused on GS. And every time he used to sit in prelims, he used to sit with the feeling that his option is lagging. So even if he cleared the prelims examination, what big deal is going to happen? Because anyway, optional to kuch hua hi nahi hai. This time, when he has focused on both the GS and optional subject, and not just focuses, completed all the notes of optional, he's much more confident, performing very good in prelims. Not that he has done anything major in GS. His GS was really solid. But now, once you are balanced in your approach, balanced in your subject preparation, you also become balanced in your mind. And that is when you start getting more clarity, more confidence, more self-belief to crack the paper. So what we ensure for you, we ensure that all these things are delivered, and I promise you that they are actually being implemented in our mentorship program. And I have a lot of case studies to showcase that to you. Now, talking about some of the case studies from the Step Up mentorship only, the mentorship which is running on currently. Because you know what happens? There are a lot of people who could be vouching for the names, selling for the names of toppers. And of course, whoever has become a topper obviously has his own success story, his or her success story. But the main success comes from the people who have, with their discipline, with their determination, with their hard work, have made the entire society say that I was not having belief in the person, still he was able to crack the paper, he or she was able to crack the paper. And these are the real success stories for us. Of course, we have got students who are from IITs, IIMs, premier colleges. Majority of the students are from Delhi University. We also have got many officers who are currently working with the state services or several central services who are also enrolled as our mentees. Surprisingly, we have also got one or the other people. One of them has been a 30 under Forbes 30 under 30, and he's also preparing for UPSC. Many of them have come from abroad to prepare for UPSC. So we have got mentees like them, and they definitely perform well in their preparation. They are doing great, and we are happy about them. But they are not our real flexes. You know who our real flexes are? There are few students, few hand-picked students, which I particularly remember. One such student, used to score just 12 marks in the prelims examination. Just started in the month of October, used to score 12 marks. With the very third test, with the mentorship support that he was given, he escalated his marks to 73 out of 100 and also made his way to the prodigy group. What is this prodigy group? I'll be telling you very soon. But what he did uniquely was to listen, being very receptive for the mentorship that we were providing. Because he was guided, not that he was lacking the talent previously, but his talent was getting marred by, shadowed by a lot of self-doubt. So I have already told you, if you literally believe that you will be clearing the paper, you will leave no stones unturned. And all of this will happen just because you have a very grounded belief in yourself. That belief comes when you can see a vision, when you can see something very clearly, and that clarity comes from our experiences, right? So we will be delegating you our experiences, and not just that, we have a lot of very special students who are specially abled, visually impaired, certain kind of disabilities they are facing through. But at the same time, they are enjoying this mentorship, because when they are with the mentor, they feel that they have got a friend, a philosopher, a companion who understands, who provides compassionate tutorship, compassionate mentorship. So these all things combined, I believe, make me very proud of the mentorship that we are hosting in the platform of Vajiram Ravi, right? Now, talking about what we actually deliver, what are the deliverables for the entire cycle, let me tell you, when I am telling you that I am giving you mentorship, it means that we will be providing you hand holding right from prelim stage to the main stage until the interview stage, which also includes helping you to fill the basic forms as well. The current form has become little trivial for most of us, right? So we are also helping, we are also organizing certain sessions, group sessions, one-on-one sessions to deal with the DAF support, to give you the help in filling the OTR. Most of you must have been facing the issues regarding what hobbies should you write. Will they be putting good impression or not? What achievements you should be write, especially if you don't have any, right? And then, leadership related counseling, service allocation related counseling, because since we have filled those DAVs, so we know that how these service allocations look like. Then the caste and income certificate related counseling, what your SL number should be, how you should be picking that SL number from, and then what is the validity, which caste certificate could be taken up, what is the undertaking, how you can make that undertaking, how will you submit it. So all of these OTR related doubts is also something we completely take care of free of cost, alongside providing you everything which will help you leverage your knowledge and bring it into application. So what do I mean by that? First of all, to make you understand that Pareto's rule is real. Now, I'll just take a minute and I'll request all of you to shoot me any doubts if you have. Okay. So I guess I have two doubts. One is from Nidhi and another is from Muhammad Ali, right? So Nidhi is asking, I'm enrolled in GS program, but due to illness, I missed last 3 months. How should I go forward with my preparation if I want to prepare in 2025 attempt? Okay. If you want to go forward with the 2025 attempt, the first thing you need to do is to make up for the lost time. And the only way to do is to structure down your weeks coming forward, which means you have to have a plan. You need to have a test series. A test series builds in a very good plan. So without having any second thought, if you do not have any resource crunch, just commit yourself to a test series and follow the program very religiously, whatever test series it is, irrespective of that. Next, Mohammed has asked that I am enrolling for GS 2026, so is this helpful for me? 100%, this is targeting the students, this is for the students who are targeting 2026 only. So, and this would be a very quick start, a very good start, a very helpful start for all of you. So, of course, you're welcome to join in the program. Now, if there is any other doubt, feel free to put it in the comment box. Now, I will take up the discussion from here, talking about the Pareto's principle. It suggests to me that if I want to achieve something which is very huge in shorter time, which means I want to take a shorter route or faster route to success, I need to identify the key areas which are repeatedly asked in the questions, repeatedly asked in the PYQs and exams. Now, of course, if you're a one-man army, you have to figure out everything by yourself. What do I mean by that? You have to go through all the PYQs alone. You have to check on all the different books that are available in the market, different study materials, different sources. Somebody would be telling ki iska acha hai, somebody would be telling inka acha hai, right? So you have to juggle down a lot. You have to read down a lot before actually understanding that these areas are more important than the others. But when you take up the mentorship, we tell you through our experiences what topics on what subjects are more important. So we arrange everything down for you. Once a session has been conducted on YouTube already, this is a thumbnail available. You can have a glimpse of it as well. So these are the important areas which you should be preparing, and these are the mandatory areas which you should be preparing if you want to gain a fastest success in the examination. So we ensure that the entire listing of important areas in each and every topic, the micro listing is also done from our side, so that you don't struggle that way. Because the second way of effective studies is, is cutting down a particular topic in as many questions as possible. Now, this is another method of actively recalling. So let's say I want to read about photosynthesis. I should be able to create at least 10 questions and should be able to answer these 10 questions individually. If I am able to do that, then that means that I will be able to understand or make anybody understand, a 5-year-old understand, what is the process of photosynthesis. This is also known as the Feynman technique. So through various techniques, installing all these scientific techniques into your revision program, into your mentorship, we have produced a structured plan, which means, of course, without plan, nothing goes well. So we will be having a batch plan for you. So let's say you have a batch. The batch that you will be enrolling would be of 1st of February. Right, and this will be starting from 9th of Feb. So this Feb batch is going to be the first batch of 2026, right? So through this batch, you will be getting a yearly batch plan till your prelims 2026. Now, of course, having the vision of an year is not enough. I also need to know what am I going to do on a monthly basis, especially on a weekly basis. So what we do, we release weekly targets for you. Ashutosh is asking how this program will be structured for the student undergoing foundation course. Very, very personally. So it is customized according to your personal needs. So if you tell me, there will be a detailed assessment form of all the students. If you fill that and if you let us know that you are already undergoing any profession, you are taking any employment or any foundation course or any graduation, post-graduation, we will ensure that your syllabus, your structuring is done in that suitable way. So this is not a one-size-fits-all program. Herein we give different kind of plans for different type of people. Okay, so it is highly customizable, custom made. Now the next one is let me show you a glimpse of how we have broken up the things for facilitating your active recall, right? So what do? Let's say we are talking about polity. We've given you a weekly plan. Every week we'll be issuing a plan for you. How do we help you with the plan? We'll not just be telling you the topic and the sources, but we will also be telling you the important notes that toppers must have made. We'll be also telling you the important topics that could be asked, right? And what kind of questions could be asked from that topic, so that you are well prepared for that topic before prelims and mains. And for that, you do not need to go to PYQs by your own. Of course, we are not saying that we are replacing your effort, but we are enriching your effort. We are augmenting your effort along with our effort, because when you are taking the examination through the mentorship, what you are doing essentially, there are 2 people who are giving the exam now, and not just 2 people, there are going to be 5 people giving the exam now. One is you, and the 4 are the 4-layered mentorship that we offer. So generally you will be seeing that when mentorship is offered, it is offered just by one person, right? Only one person is accountable to you and you are accountable to that one person. But in our mentorship, we have got 4-fold structure. So you will be seeing here, of course, if you want to see the demo of our mentorship, how does it look like, then you can go to Vajiram's YouTube channel and search for this thumbnail, search for this title, and you will get a glimpse of how our mentorship actually looks like, the one-on-one mentorship looks like. And this is the personal mentor for you. There are various personal mentors. You are assigned a personal mentor depending upon your criterias, what you are demanding from us. Do you need a prelims expert or a mains expert or a geography expert, etc. So accordingly, we'll be assigning you a mentor. Alongside, there will be program heads. So program heads, which includes me and Shashank, we will also be providing you mentorship, especially for the prodigy group. What is prodigy group? I'll be telling you very soon. Okay. Yeah, Piyush is asking, how should be score in open mock test conducted? What should be the score in open mock test conducted by Vajiram? See, always consider a range of score as good, which is 85. 85 to 100 is always good. If you are scoring well above 100, which means you're obviously doing very good in the exam, but even if you're going 85 and above, that is well enough. That is good enough, especially for this initial few mocks. Initial first mock, that is fine. Don't beat yourself if you're scoring an 85 or a 90, that's completely fine. Of course, 100 के ऊपर कर रहे हैं, then you are doing brilliantly well, right? बट दिस शुड बी द टारगेट. नेक्स्ट टेस्ट में हमें टारगेट करना चाहिए कि लास्ट टेस्ट से हम थोड़ा सा और बेहतर इंप्रूव करें, विच मीन्स इन द लास्ट टेस्ट आई हैव स्कोर्ड 87, नाउ आई शुड बी टारगेटिंग फॉर अ 95, फॉर अ 90. ओके, सो कीप योर रेंज समवेयर ओवर दिस. ओके पीयूष, चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज what are we offering in terms of current affairs solutions? Suman, that is a good score. That is really a good score. So I would appreciate that one. And which camp test series did you get that? Is it an average score? Okay, coming back to the topic, what are we offering you in terms of current affair? There are two things. One is the reading material given on daily basis. These are the very enriched handouts that are provided on daily basis, derived from multiple newspapers, but mostly from Hindu and newspaper. How are we curating it? So can you see the sample handout? Here we have given you the context, from where, which part of the syllabus does it correspond to, and all the static detail of this current topic. That is also included, along with highlighting what all you need to read from this particular article. Getting it? Now, alongside, sometimes we need more enriched classes for current affairs, especially when it comes to science and tech, economy, polity, etc. So for that, we are offering current affair classes, which are also coming in the name of flagship smart current affair classes through Vajiram Ravi, and where our expert faculties, for example Jayan Parikshit sir, would be directly teaching you online and offline in both the modes. And also please remember that everything is available in hybrid mode when it comes to step up mentorship. Everything comes in hybrid mode. You can have anything at online levels, or you can avail it offline also, and you can change it anytime, right? So that is a kind of interoperability that we are offering. So we have got these two things for current affair classes and daily current affair handout. Of course, classes will not be organized daily, they will be organized twice a week, right? Now, I have shared data for enrollment but still not completed. So you have shared data for enrollment for express batch or for the full batch, the 2026 batch. And of course, when you want to enroll, when you want to take the mentor, you first have to respect few guidelines, which is you have to fill the HAM form, holistic assessment of mentee. This is a form which will be given to you following up your invoice mail. After that, you will be getting a HAM form which you have to fill. It will be in your Gmail. The moment you fill in all of your details, then I'll be able to analyze you better, I'll understand you better, understand your needs better, and assign you a suitable mentor. Right? Because in mentors also, one size doesn't fit all. One mentor which is good for a person could not be good for you. So in order to for me to assess that, very technically, I have to understand your details. So please ensure upon enrolling, you are filling that HAM form, which will be made available automatically in your Gmail. Okay. So this is how the mentor assignment is done, and the batches is starting from 9th of February. Okay. Is it fine? Next, is it fine to you? Now, talking about the notes that we offer. Again, note supports are often often one of the main pain areas, because in market you will not get a lot of good material which is quite enriched, right? In that sense, we give you prelims and main support workbooks. Why are we calling it workbook? Because we want you to actively engage with this reading material and not just merely read it, right? So there will be prelims and mains workbook, which we have created for all the topics of prelims and mains of the entire GS syllabus. So let's say you are a last time runner and you don't have the time to create entire notes. So what you can do, you can work on our base notes that we are providing to you, and in the sense you will have a confidence that I have notes for everything, because these notes are not very bulky. These notes are, for an instance, I'll give you that we have got a compilation of case studies in just 15 pages. We have got the entire compilation of ethics again in just 20 pages, right? So this is the kind of modus operandi that we follow in creating our workbooks. They're very concise, very precise, very to the point, very helpful for you. But of course, you have to work on it again in order to get some leverage from the other students who are using the same workbook. The second is one pager. The main pain point of the the people who are writing the answers are that they are feeling constrained in getting the right facts, in getting the right dimensions or keywords which could fetch them good marks. So for that, for every topic, we summarize them in terms of key data, fact, figure, keyword and dimensions, which will help you get good marks in the mains exam. So that is the idea of one pager note. And then we have got topper notes, which we also will be providing to you depending upon the topper's expertise, right? So is there any other question, students? Now I will showcase the sample of some of our workbooks. This is a case studies workbook and this is for the ethics. These are the one pager notes. This is the type of one pager that we will be creating for you. These are the topper notes, sample of a topper note that we are providing to you. We've got a lot of toppers here in Vajiram. So you'll be picking their notes and we'll be providing them to you so that you can be inspired. Now talking about the 4 layer of mentorship. Why did I say that when you're taking the paper, there are 4 other people who are taking paper alongside you? Because of the high sense of responsibility that we have for our each and every student, and our students can vouch for this. The first layer is of course, and the main foundational layer is your personal mentor, your own mentor. So your own mentor will be organizing a lot of group sessions, there will be individual sessions. I can tell you a case study. So there was a group of students who joined us in the month of October. And when they joined in the month of October, they were a clean slate. They were not even having the foundational knowledge because they never attended the foundation classes. Now, of course, they couldn't wait for the foundation to get over. There are a lot of subjects, the 5 important subjects, right? A lot of subjects were there. So what happened? That when they came into our mentorship program, we made them revise. We actually sat with them and we have revised almost all the important subjects with them. And you can see a sample of it. The entire economy was getting taught. And this is not one of the promised deliverable of the program. But that's what I'm saying. We try to move mountains. That is the kind of responsibility we attain for you, right? And of course, you can see it in the work ethics. It is not something that I want to promise here or I want to sell over here. It is really something that we do from our heart. We try to move beyond the deliverables also in order to help you, right? So, of course, at the center of our mentorship would be the personal mentor. And then there would be expert mentors who are also the program heads. So, we will be organizing strategic sessions, especially how to create notes, how to get good edge in the examination, and obviously there will be PYQ analysis session as well. So many of them are already being conducted here. So this is the intervention at the second level. At the third level of intervention would be the smart current affair classes by the faculty and the essay classes by Piyush sir. Essay classes again by a faculty, right? So there in the classes, you can also engage with those faculties, right? They are their own subject matter experts. And at the fourth stage, there will be a topper who will sit with you, who will talk to you and who will organize sessions with you to address your doubt. You will have literally a one-on-one session with the toppers every month. That is also something we uniquely offer in the mentorship program, right? And there is 2 model of our mentorship. So unlike the other mentorships, we offer you 2 sides of communication. One is the demand driven mentorship, which is you ask us what your doubts are, and second is supply driven, which means it is our responsibility to give a follow up call on you, an accountability, a check in call on you twice in a week. It is our responsibility to conduct your test, to review your test as soon as they are completed. So these are our responsibilities. These are supply driven deliverables, and of course there are demand driven deliverables. For example, you can come up with academic doubts, with non-academic doubt as well. There is a lot of mental distress going on within the UPSC community. Students are facing a lot of mental distress, and rightfully so. The exam gestation period, the kind of uncertainty it entails, of course, could give you a lot of uncertainties, which could often culminate or manifest itself in the form of certain mental disorders. Some of the mentees, when they came to us, they were facing terrible kinds of anxiety and depression. And how to cure these things, we are not health experts on that, but of course we understand one thing is how to give them the right compassionate mentorship, the right kind of companionship, and the right kind of guidance. So we are not just very mechanical as to deal with you very objectively. We also believe in enhancing your mental health parameters, and therefore we will also be a very good listeners to you. We will also be catering with your non-academic doubts, no question asked, okay, and no judgments forward. Next is assessments, because without assessment, how will you know how better are you performing with your knowledge or with your academics, right? So now in this case, we have curated AI based tests on both prelims and mains. Now, when it comes to prelims examination, we will ensure that before sitting in the prelims paper, you are solving at least 6,000 questions along with the PYQs, and before sitting in the prelims examination, you are writing at least 500 mains questions. These are some of the agendas that we come up with, and we will push you to do these things to the best of your abilities, right? Alongside that, the test assessment is also twofold. When I say this, I mean, first of all, the AI based portal itself is going to create the statistics to make you understand how have you performed, what is your ranking, what are your marks distributions like. But aside from that, the mentor will also sit down with you. When it comes to mains test, you'll be reviewed, your copy will be reviewed by first level checker, then the second level checker, then there will be mentor as well. So there will be 3-level review of your mains copy. So this is how intensively we put focus on each and every student. So much so that everything has to be ensured that everything has been done scientifically. The prelims test and the mains test that you take will be assessed on the basis of these parameters, and not just vaguely saying you should be scoring more than 50, less than 60. That is not the parameter. We will not be able to improve you. You will not be able to assess your own preparation with the help of these vaguely created parameters in the market. We believe that there should be very straightforward parameters. Why are you scoring? How are you scoring? So, for example, is this about awareness gap or conceptual gap or the intellect gap, or you were not able to apply any intuitional knowledge there, or any interpretation gap, silly gap, etc. Right? Similarly, similar thing we do for each and every mains test as well. So that is the kind of rigor that you have to come across when you join the program, right? Now, we all like rewards. Nobody likes punishment, but we mostly humans are driven by rewards and punishment, right? If you are not rewarded in this preparation on a very frequent basis, you might feel that you are not getting anything productive out of the preparation, out of the studies, out of the rigorous nights and the days that you have spent studying. So in order to reward you more frequently and reward you better, we will club you up with the most bright students of the Step Up Mentorship program that we have already made operational through the Prodigy batch. Right? In the Prodigy batch, we will be adding 100 students, and this list keeps on revising itself in every 1 month. So the people who are not active will be removed from the group. People who are active will be included in the group. The best performing candidate is the criteria. It is not about the person who's coming as the most intellectual one. It is about the person who is improving the most, who's showing the most amount of improvement. That will be included into this Prodigy group, and they will be getting special mentorship free of cost. Right? So this is our reward system as well. And the mentorship, of course, is a healing pill. Healing pill for a lot of things. First of all, low performance. Low performance is happening because you're not motivated. You're not motivated because you feel that no matter what you're doing, it's not turning out into a result. So it ensures that you have a goal. You have a daily goal. It ensures that there is somebody who's accountable, whom you are accountable to finish this goal. So you're reporting to somebody, you're talking at a human level to somebody, you're being guided by your brother, by your elder brother or sister, right? And this will also counter the problem of low productivity. Sometimes you don't know the techniques how to be more productive at work, because you must have known that there seems to be certain students, there seems to be certain people around us who are achieving a lot many things in shorter span of time. The only deal breaker and maker here is amount of productivity levels that they have. This productivity level goes up when you are more focused, when you are more concentrated, when you are more mentally stable. So we try to work upon these areas. How? First you talk with us, you will understand that. Next is, of course, underestimating the importance of daily work. Many of us do not understand why daily work is important, because we know that the daily improvement will lead to the giant result. It is never like you're going to work just for 30 days and then you're going to get the result, right? So it is a healing pill for all these problems. You don't get the immediate rewards, we'll be giving you that. You might be feeling loneliness, depression, anxiety. We will 100%, not clinically, but at least academic level pay, we will be solving it. Next is procrastination. Many of us procrastinate because we fear failure. We fear failure because we can't see the clearer picture. We don't know whether we'll be able to achieve it or not. So we always start fearing one thing or the other, right? So therefore, to all these problems, mentorship is a one short solution. And of course, general advice before we end this session. General advice from our side would be, always wake up with a daily target. No matter if you join the mentorship or not, always wake up with a target. If you have a target in hand, you will never feel unfocused. You will never feel distracted. You will always be motivated. You will always have something to work forward, to look forward in the day. And always use certain methods which are known as the chunking methods. So you do high productive work for, let's say, straight 50 minutes, take a break, again start high productive work for next 50 minutes. That will help us to count in 12 hours of the day, because believe us, a lot of students have got benefited from this technique that we teach them. The Pomodoro method, the YPT method, we also have arranged virtual libraries. So all of these methods actually help us to leverage the number of study hours. Second is, whatever you are consuming, ensure that you are also recalling them. Active recalling means asking n number of questions, or make your friend, make your family member ask n number of questions on that topic. If you are able to answer, you should be assured that you have consumed it very well. It has got entrenched into your deeper memory. Okay. Then of course, avoid distraction as much as possible. Of course, 100% illusion of the distraction is not possible, but to the maximum extent you should try to do that. And last but not the least, do justice to the trust, the people who have trusted you. Trust is the very important currency that somebody exchanges with you. And what we do when we are preparing very lethargically is, we not only waste our time, we waste their time also. And this is not to make you enter into any guilt trip, but believe me, when somebody trusts you with their resources, with their time, and I'm talking about your parents, I'm talking about your friends, I'm talking about your partners, when they are helping you, when they're trusting you that much, and you're not doing justice because of lethargy, procrastination, and the evils that we have talked about in the last slide, you're not doing justice to yourself. And therefore, we will encourage you to invest into something which is making you utilize your time more effectively, because time is the new luxury. You can afford a lot of times, but never the gone time. So therefore, to indulge into more productive studies in the time that you have in hand, mentorship support would be the game changer for you. This was all about the session, and now I would request you to ask the doubts if you have any. And if you have been attending the session till now, then congratulations, here is a reward for you, because we believe in reward systems. So the reward over here is, people who have attended this session will be straight away getting 10% discount in our course, and the students who have been enrolled in our GS batches, they'll be getting a 15% off right away. And the method to avail these discounts would be to call us over here, or if you have any further doubt about mentorship, this program, or any other general discussion you want to have with us, you can scan this QR code. On this note, I will request all of you to shoot us the doubts if you have any, and I will also call Shashank sir on the stage so that we can collectively address these doubts. Thank you so much, students. If you have any doubt, let us know. We have 5 more minutes here. Shashank sir, would you like to answer Surendra's question?
So Surendra is asking, ma'am, prelims mentorship express program has recently started.
So should I enroll in it or should I wait for Step Up Mentorship 2026? So Surendra, it depends on the year you are targeting, right? So if you are targeting 2026, you should enroll in this one.
Right. So is there any other doubt, students? If you have any other doubt, okay, great, Uzma. I hope you've enjoyed the session. Just 2 more minutes for us to take any doubt. If you have any other doubt, you can obviously scan this QR code, avail the course with the help of this code. We'll be waiting for another 1 minute before closing the session. Alright, sir, any final remarks you would like to make before us ending the session?
So students, just try to apply whatever you have learned in this session, and only thing we would advise you is to enroll as soon as you can, so that we can start working on you together, so that you can give a very good result to your parents, to us. Okay, thank you.
Alright then, thank you so much everybody for joining us in, and bye bye, take care.
Bye bye. Thank you.